Two magicians. Satyajit Ray. The train had just left the platform with a bone-rattling jerk when the door to the compartment was flung open and the man who entered was, "What?" About to shout in indignation, Surapati held his tongue. It was Tripura Babu, Tripura Charan Mallik. Tripura Babu set his bundle down on the floor and sat down on the opposite end of the bench. Smiling at Surapati, he said, "Surprised?" Gulping, Surapati said, "Surprised in the sense that, first, I didn't know you were alive." "What do you mean?" "I visited your boarding house shortly after my BA exams. I found the door locked. The manager, I forget his name, said that you'd been run over." Tripura Babu burst into laughter. "Something like that would have been wonderful. I would have been relieved of all my worries. And the second thing is," added Surapati, "I was thinking of you just the other day." "What's that?" A pall of gloom seemed to settle on Tripura Babu's expression. "Thinking of me? You still think of me? I'm surprised to hear that." Surapati looked contrite. "What are you saying, Tripura Babu? You think I can forget so easily? You introduced me to magic. I was especially reminded of the old days today. I am traveling for a show, outside of Bengal for the first time. Did you know I am a professional magician now?" Tripura Babu nodded. "I do. I know everything. And I came here to meet you today because I know everything. Everything that you have done over the past 12 years. How you have established yourself and achieved the fame you have today is known to me. I admit to feeling some pride. But," Tripura Babu continued, "I was proud of your success that day. But it was mixed with regret. Do you know why? The path you have chosen is not one of pure magic. A lot of what you're doing is fooling people with smoke and mirrors, tricks using machinery. It's not your own magic. Do you remember mine?" Surapati had not forgotten. But at the same time, he had felt that Tripura Babu had been hesitant about teaching Surapati his best tricks. With a sigh, Tripura Babu said, "Mind you, I understand why you chose this path. I know you believe, and perhaps I am partly responsible for this, that purity is worthless. To perform magic on stage, you need a little glitter and showmanship. Isn't that so?" Surapati told Tripura Babu about Shefalo, was something which gave pleasure to thousands, earning their praise, not to be appreciated. Surapati was not disparaging pure magic, but there was no future down that route. "Look, Surapati, if you had really understood what genuine magic is, you wouldn't have chased the fake kind. Sleight of hand is just one aspect, although there are countless kinds. Like yogic acts, you have to practice them for months and years. But there's so much more. Hypnotism, bringing people under your control with just a look, turning them into putty in your hands. Then there's clairvoyance, telepathy, thought reading. You will have unrestricted access to people's thoughts. You can check someone's pulse and tell them what they're thinking. Once you have really mastered the art, you won't even have to touch them. Just looking at them for a minute will tell you their innermost secrets, what's in their heart. Is all this magic? These things lie at the root of the finest magic in the world. There are no levers and pulleys here." Sirupati was silent. He really could not deny any of these allegations. Placing his hand on Surapati's shoulder, Tripura Babu softened his tone. "I have come to you with a request, Surapati." Tripura Babu continued. "The plan may appear somewhat drastic to you, but there is no other way. The trouble is that it isn't just money that I need. I have developed a new desire in my old age, I want to demonstrate my best acts to a large audience. Sirupati's heart quacked with an unknown fear. Tripura Babu finally got to the point. You are going to Lucknow for a performance. Suppose you were to fall ill at the last moment, and instead of turning back a disappointed audience, what if someone else, because of unavoidable reasons, your guru will perform instead of you? This is what you will inform them. Surapati was furious. Impossible. You don't know what you're saying, Tripura Babu. Are you still interested in the coin and ring trick? Surapati was startled. But there was no change in Tripura Babu's gaze. Why do you ask? Smiling, Tripura Babu said, I shall teach you the trick if you agree to my proposal. Right now, if you give me your word. And if not, and what if I don't agree? The outcome will not be pleasant, Surapati. There is something you must know. If I am in the audience, I can disrupt and humiliate any magician. I can even make them completely incapable of performing any magic. Taking a pair of cards from his pocket, Tripura Babu extended them to Surapati. Show me your sleight of hand. Nothing very difficult. Basic tricks. Bring the jack of clubs from the back to the front with a shake of your wrist. It had taken Surapati a mere 7 days to perfect this trick in front of the mirror at the age of 16. But today, picking up the cards, Surapati discovered his fingers turning numb. Not just his fingers, but also his wrist and elbow. All numb. You will teach me the trick, won't you? Holding the index finger of his right hand in front of Surapati's nose, Tripura Babu said, because of your indisposition, your Guru Tripuracharan Mallik will perform his magic skills instead of you at the first show in Lucknow. Correct? Correct. You will give me half the payment due to you. Correct? Correct. Come then. Fishing a coin out of his pocket, Surapati handed it over, along with the ruby ring on his finger. Anil arrived at his boss's compartment with some tea when the train stopped at Bardwan, only to find him fast asleep. Surapati sprang up when Anil called out to him softly after some hesitation. What? What is it? I got you some tea. I disturbed you. Please don't mind. But Surapati looked around frenziedly. What is it, sir? Tripura Babu. Tripura Babu? Anil was bewildered. No, of course. He was killed by a bus in 1951. But my ring? Which ring, sir? The rubies on your finger. Oh yes, of course. And Surapati took a coin out of his pocket. Anil noticed that his hand was shaking uncontrollably. Come in for a minute, Anil. Quickly. Shut the windows. Yes. Watch now. Surapati placed the coin at one end of the bench and the ring at the other. Then, praying for all he was worth, he applied the technique acquired in his dream to cast a concentrated gaze on the ring. Like a dutiful child, the coin rolled up to the ring and escorted it back to Surapati.